So I'm going to just expand this a little bit, first by teaching a new or an additional counter 1. So the main counter 1 is because my arm is low usually. I'm coming forward my attack, he just hits me in like the top of the bicep here. If your opponent is bad enough that their arm is so low you can hit them on counter 1, you're just going to beat them anyways. I mean, just stick them in the arm until they give up. Most people learn pretty quickly though to close the high line when they're attacking. They get tired of getting hit there. So if I, instead of attacking like this, I now start attacking like this, it's actually very difficult from the counter over the top. I'm using my bell guard as a shield to protect the top of my arm. And so a different kind of 1 that works well against people who do a good job of closing the high line is now the duck, which we were practiced before. So now my high line attack ends up missing everything, and I get countered into the ribs. So,
is a duck a counter 1 then?
Yes. It's a moving target. You're not really retreating very much. I mean, you can hit and get out, but here we're going to hit and displace. And it's the most important in the sense that it's sort of the action of last resort. But anytime we're like, oh no, we're about to get hit, danger, danger, Will Robinson. That's a great time to duck. You know, your opponent has stolen distance. They're collapsing with a strong attack. You can't parry very easily. You can't retreat anymore. You've been surprised. It's unfortunate, but you still have one last ditch chance to save yourself. And so, if you think of that first, then anytime you don't need to duck, you still have time to do something else. So the other action then I'm going to add on top of that is I'm going to call it a counterattack number 4, which is a long distance free shot to the hand. That means you have complete control of distance. You're going to hit them in the hand, get out, and still make counter 2 if you want. So that just means you're so much in control that you can take this free shot and still do any other action that you want. Whereas counter 1 duck is the opposite of, like, you've lost all control of distance, and this is your last ditch to save yourself. So if he does counter 4 to counter 2, it's a great combo. It's because my attack comes out here, he quick shot, and then riposte. Again, he makes me miss with distance, not with his parry. So quick free shot, I miss, and then he can hit me again. So hit and then get out and hit. And so those are 4 counterattacks, but the magic comes when we choose to attack with our half-step preparation. We get to do all 4 of these actions actually in order on the half-step preparation. So when now I'm attacking, if he flushes into my attack, I can now duck and still defend and score. If he just merely lunges into my preparation, I can check back and riposte, counter 2. If he does nothing, he just doesn't see my preparation, I can flush and hit him. And if he does see my preparation and he runs away, I can do now the 4th attack and take a free shot on the hand. Run away. Free little peck. And so I think of them in order of both distance and danger. So ducking is the most dangerous scenario because he's attacking counter 3 into me. I have to be the most, defensive and ready. And then counter 4 is sort of the least dangerous. He's already committed to running away. I'm just going to take my free shot and start over. Any questions about any of that? Okay, so the plan, I'll just say like a long-term plan that I like to work on like the next 6 weeks, involves improving your decision-making on when to use each one. Also, and I'm just assuming you're able to execute each one. People sometimes have trouble with counter 2 because they retreat and they don't have the weight for it enough, so I'll work on the mechanics of actually executing each action correctly. So execution, decision-making, and then variations. So I've done all these actions with no blade contact. You can do them all with or without blade contact. It doesn't really matter. Especially like the counter 2, people tend to remise, right? Your opponent's attack falls short, they remise. So that's a great time to actually get out and then pick up the blade on the way in to hit. And people even disengage your blade take, so then you have to get out, pick up the blade, make sure you have it, and then riposte. Parrying is not bad, but it's also not good. Parrying means you didn't control distance well enough to make them miss with your feet. And so parrying is kind of like almost like the duck. It's like sort of a last resort action, actually. So if you can make them fall short first, control the blade when you come in to hit, that's the best of all worlds. So today, I'd like to start with the fleche and duck combo. So we're going to pair up. We're going to fence a timed running clock bout, so I just think of it as like a 5-touch bout. And our only two choices are fleche to the shoulder and duck when our opponent fleches our shoulder. So you'll see right away that your opponent is like super duck happy. They're gonna, as soon as you flinch, they're gonna duck right away. That does not mean you get to fleche through the low line and hit them in the kneecap. That is not allowed. So therefore, instead, what you can do is you can fake your fleche. They'll duck early, and then you just wait for them to stand up. And as soon as you stand up, you hit them with your fleche. So please go that route. And then many of you may also remember the counterattack number 2 drill. That's where both people only lunge to the shoulder, and your only other choice is to make your opponent's lunge fall short, and then repost back to their shoulder. And then after we execute that successfully, both of those successfully, then we can combine the two, which means you get the fence, and you may lunge or fleche to your opponent's shoulder, and your opponent has to read correctly then, did they lunge, I must get out. No, they fleshed, I will duck. So that hopefully we can do all 3 combinations today. If not, we'll do them all some other day. So put on full fencing gear, find an opponent roughly your same height, and we will start with the fleche and duck.